Welcome back, welcome everybody, welcome back to Blaugrana Planet, welcome back to your channel. It's been a while, I know, I've been very busy, but fortunately we are back here with you, my people, the best community in YouTube, the best community in the world. We're here because, important guys, Barcelona is closer and closer to its objective, much closer, the new revolution. Laporta's revolution 2.0. We had the first revolution. I think it went pretty well. With the levers, the palancas. I think we got our objective, which was La Liga and even the Super Cup of Spain. And you know what? I think that we are laying the grounds for a new revolution. And Barcelona is getting closer and closer, guys. This is it. It's the truth. Because we are getting rid of some legendary players. Unfortunately, they have to go. Players like Busquets, players like Alba, players that are already gone like Piqué. This is gonna help dramatically to get to your objective. The objective is to reduce the wage bill from 650 million to 450 million. And I think that we are pretty much very close to the objective. The objective only to achieve one mission. The return of the GOAT. Guys, welcome everybody. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because in today's video, we're gonna let you know how is this going to be happening and what was the plan. In fact, this was the plan, guys, to reduce the expenses of the club. First, 60 million in wages of players. But in fact, this is gonna be higher after the sudden departure of Jordi Alba because Barcelona didn't expect the departure of Jordi Alba. Therefore, together with Piqué, Alba and Busquets, Barcelona are not going to be saving 60 million, but they are going to be saving 120 million. And you guys can imagine what a hit this is for the objective, guys. But also, we are going to be reducing the wage bill of the sections, about 30 million euro in the sections. Okay, with sections, I mean basketball. For example, you have Mirotic, you have other players in these sections that are getting tremendous amounts of money. Mirotic is getting 11 million euro before tax, and therefore that's a big amount of money for the club, guys. And just one thing, guys, that out of all the sections, so Barcelona has handball, for example, ice hockey, they have women's football, they have, I don't know, so many other sections. Guys, only males football and women's football are the ones that are generating money. The rest are actually literally generating losses. Therefore, we're going to be cutting expenses there. We're going to be cutting expenses in wages from our directives, from literally people that worked for the club. And also we're going to be saving expenses in other things. For example, have you seen you haven't seen many mosaics in the club, in the stadium anymore, right? Because basically we're saving on that. And we did the mosaic and it was just a little chunk. That costs money, you know. For example, now to send the handball team from here to there, we send them by train or we send them by bus, not by plane anymore, you know. Little things make a difference. But the main difference, guys, the main difference comes from the salary of the players. And here I want to show you what's the impact of the departure of Busquets, Alba, Piqué. Here, as you can see, this is the ranking of what the players earn, Barça players earn. You can see Busquets 12.6 million, Jordi Alba 11 million, see, Ter Stegen 10.6 million. These three, guys, were on and still on Bartomeu's contracts. Not only it's those amounts, guys, and this is after tax. Therefore, Barcelona is actually paying double of this amount because there is 50% tax in Spain. Guys, take into account that there was also deferred wages for many years back, 2 years back. Okay, Jordi Alba, for example, was getting this amount of money plus a loyalty bonus, because this is how Bartomeu did these contracts, with loyalty bonuses, and also 13 million euro, guys, after tax, not before tax, for the 13 million euro in deferred salary. Therefore, Jordi Alba was gonna get 11 million euro plus 13 million euro from deferred salary. Imagine the catastrophe. Imagine the catastrophe. Thank God he is departing. Of course, we are going to have to pay him part of this deferred salary, but next year's wages are going to be out. Therefore, that's a tremendous aid for the club. A club that is onto the Revolution 2.0. The Revolution 2.0 that these men are going to be creating. Mateo Dedad is finally going to be staying. We know Jordi Cruyff is leaving. Mr. Deco is going to be replacing him. Of course, Xavi Hernandez, the revolution of Mr. Joan Laporta is here. And we know the prices. We already know the price tags of some of these players, guys. First of all, Íñigo Martínez coming in for free. The deal is pretty much done. We're going to be able to register him because the objectives are pretty clear. Okay, I think we're very close to the objectives. By the way, I see all the comments of people welcome me back to the channel. Thank you, everybody, and thank you for your patience as well. Íñigo Martínez is coming in for free, a salary of 9 million euro before tax. Therefore, that's the money that we're going to be expending on him. I think it's a great signing, quality player, defending top level and also scoring goals, great with header. Gundogan, careful here, he's going to be earning 16 million euro before tax. I think he's a great player. And just to clarify, when I say before tax is 16 million euro, is before tax is what the club has to pay. And after tax is what the player actually earns. Therefore, we pay 16 million euro, but the player will only get 8 million euro, okay? Because there's 50%, it's actually 55% tax here in Spain. We're crazy, you know, the government sucks. That's why Catalonia wants to become independent, a part of it, by the way. Gundogan, tremendous signing. I think this guy is going to provide us just a tremendous amount of quality in case we have injuries. Frenkie, Pedri, Gavi, you know, one of these players get injured and we have a proper player, you know, that can be there, that can supply good passes. Of course, the GOAT himself, I think it's pretty much sealed the fact that Messi will return to Barcelona. We'll have to see the numbers and we have to see how this viability plan comes along, but I think the agreement with the player, it's gonna happen, guys. It's gonna happen. We know that there is no actual real offer from the club to the player, because we don't have the green light from La Liga yet, but we will have it soon because the objectives are getting there, and Messi will return to Barcelona. There's no other place better for him to be, right? I mean, he can stay in Paris. He's never going to stay in Paris. They hate him there. They whistle him. They don't respect him. They are literally clowns there in Paris. Maybe they're angry. They're still angry that Messi took their cup, or the World Cup, from them in the finals, and you know, they don't respect him. They don't respect him at all. He's not gonna go to Arabia. He doesn't want to fall upon the Cristiano Ronaldo maneuvers. You know, he's not gonna go there. He wants to play in Europe and return home, feel the love. He's gonna go to Montjuic, and he's gonna be a year there, and the second year, because Messi will sign, I think he will sign 2 + 1 years. The second year will be in Camp Nou, possibly his farewell too. So therefore, I think it's going to be a happy ending from the GOAT. Careful, Barcelona could be signing a forward, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. 4 or 5 million euro is what Chelsea would be asking for the player. I think is a tremendous deal. We know Victor Roque is too expensive. I'm going to talk about him, but I think he's literally just too expensive. Therefore, Aubameyang is literally a tremendous option. I think it is important that we can swap around Lewandowski, Aubameyang, because I honestly think that the downgrade of performance of Lewandowski in the second part of the season comes by the fact that he's playing every game. He played the World Cup. This guy was tired as hell. He got injured in the middle of the World Cup, like he had like a back pain. Dude, we need a proper replacement for him. There's nobody that can replace him better than Aubameyang. Therefore, amazing. I think if we can get Aubameyang back in the club, it will be amazing. We're talking about Fabricio Diaz. I think Fabricio Diaz would be an interesting addition for the defense, although I'm unsure. I'm literally unsure about this player, because I would rather have trusted players and players that are already somewhat at the level, right? No more experiments. We saw what the experiments come about, how the experiments come about. You know, all this Serginho Dest, all this stuff. I would discard them. I would discard them honestly. I would go on safe bets, and safe bets come through other players that we're going to talk about in a second. Yannick Carrasco is an option. Yannick Carrasco is a good winger. I think he could certainly provide a stability. For example, I think Ansu Fati is just not there. I think Ansu Fati, possibly we're going to have to trade him. We're going to have to sell him, maybe 40, 50, 60, 70 million euros. We will see. But 18 million euros seems a little expensive for the situation that Barça is in, But Yannick Carrasco is certainly an option if we can negotiate, okay? We can negotiate. We have other players. We have other players that we can negotiate with for Atletico de Madrid, for Carrasco. We will see. I think, let me know in the comments who would be your options, right? I mean, we went from the pretty clear to now more uncertain and more possibilities, right? Rabat, I think it's important. We need to substitute Mr. Busquets. Busquets left a big hole. Busquets is a tremendous liability round. The fact that we don't have Busquets is going to be important. We need a proper replacement. Rabat is not Busquets. We'll never find a player like Busquets. It's impossible. But at 25 mil, I think it's certainly a very good option. And he will provide us, a little bit tougher. A little bit of a tougher situation there in the midfield. I think it's great. And certainly we need to think about Rabat. Maybe I don't know. Negotiate. He wants to come. He's willing to push on his current team, to pressure his current team to come to Barcelona. Therefore, do you think Rabat would be a good option, or do you believe other players could be a good option? Remember, we are tight in budget. Dani Olmo, careful. Dani Olmo is another option for Yannick Carrasco. A little bit more expensive, 10, 12 million euro more expensive. But certainly, guys, I think that Dani Olmo, for the youth, how young this guy is, I think that is a tremendous deal. Possibly a bargain in the market right now for Dani Olmo, taking into account that this guy has maybe 6-7 years of tremendous quality football. Dani Olmo, a player to consider, or if he doesn't come this year, maybe next year, okay, or maybe during the winter transfer market. But I assume that Dani Olmo should be a big target for Barcelona. Why? Because he is a Barça-made player, because he is a prototype that would fit the Barça style of play, and I'm sure that Xavi is in love with him. Therefore, take that into account. Moving on to Victor Roque, 30 plus 5 million euro. I think maybe could be the deal. They're talking about 30-40 million euro. Victor Roque, I just don't see it. I don't see it. Too expensive. Too much of a risky bet. I don't see it. I honestly don't see it. But I'm open. I just don't see it. I think it's too risky. They're asking for too much money. Here they say 30 plus 5, but I honestly think that they're asking for 50 million, starting the 50 million and start to negotiate down there. By the way, I see a comment saying, what about Nico Gonzalez back from loan? Of course, I consider Nico Gonzalez back from loan, but I'm not sure if he can replace Busquets just now. Just now, I don't think he can replace Busquets. Joao Cancelo. Wow, Joao Cancelo. I think it's a dream. If Cancelo arrives to Barcelona, I think it's a tremendous dream. Because high quality player. He only had a disagreement with Guardiola. Something there. I don't know exactly what happened with Guardiola. He went on loan to Bayern Munich, and the player doesn't want to return to Man City, but he has a contract until 2027. Purchasing him is 40 million euro approx. But purchasing him would be a mistake. The player doesn't want to go back to his club. We need to pressure for a loan. 1 or 2 years loan. We have friends in Man City, man. Pressure the guy, bring him back to Barcelona. I think this guy can be a tremendous addition to the right back position. We have Balde and we have Cancelo on the other side. Man, we're set, bro. We're winning every fucking title if we have this guy in the squad. Messi, Gundogan, and the current squad that we have right now. This would be an amazing addition. Let's push for the loan. Mateo de Daddy. I'm sure that he's on it already. Another option, Juan Foyth. A little bit more expensive. I don't think that we can play the loan deal that we could do with Cancelo, basically because they're asking for 50-60 million euro for Juan Foyth. Is a very interesting prospect, not as forward attacking as Cancelo, but careful, he has good qualities also in attack, and in defense this man is a true rock. He can play in the center back, he can play in the right back, but his true position is the right back position. Therefore, Juan Foyth, an incredible prospect, and what we know is that is the favorite position, is the favorite player for this position for Xavi Hernandez. Therefore, one to consider. And of course, I think the dream of everybody, the organic replacement of Busquets could be Zubimendi. Zubimendi, just the release clause is 60 million euros. I think it's not doable to pay 60 million euros, but if we do make the effort, then it's a player that can last a decade. A player that can last a decade. Zubimendi is around 23, 24 years old. He is a true replacement of Busquets, a true style of play. A player that can you be sure that was gonna work. Okay, of course, it's not Busquets, but nobody's gonna be Busquets. You cannot replace Busquets, as I said, guys, but I think Zubimendi would be interesting, and certainly a warranty. Therefore, guys, this is the revolution. This is Laporta's revolution 2.0. I think it's coming. I think it's gonna happen because the numbers are saying so, and the numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. Now it's your turn, guys, to let me know in the comments what you guys think. Who would you pick? Remember, you cannot pick everybody. The numbers have to fit in there. Okay, I don't think that Barcelona can afford a 40 million euro signing. Hardly we could do that. Okay, because take into account Messi, you gotta pay the guy, of course, a very reduced salary compared to what he was earning in PSG or what he was earning in Barcelona, but you still gotta pay the guy. You gotta register Araujos, you gotta register Gavis, you gotta register Balde. It's not easy, and you gotta get a right back position and a replacement for Busquets. Of course, I haven't talked about it, but Barcelona will certainly look for a sale. Who is the player that Barcelona should sell? I let that up to you guys, and probably I will do a video on it. By the way, on Sunday, I'm going to the farewell of Camp Nou. I will record a special vlog for you guys, and of course, after so long that I haven't been uploading, I don't know, it's been 2 weeks, I think. You guys deserve it, and it'll be a very special one. The last game in the actual Camp Nou. So guys, thank you very much. I hope that you're all well. Remember to smash the likes, subscribe to the channel, and as I always say, Visca el Barça, Visca Catalunya, and see you in the next video.